Hello and welcome to Yoda Creations podcast, Career Administration of the Business Tech Movie Secret the Reasons.
Yep, another week, another show, another set of videos to talk about, and a whole spreadsheet of news to discuss. But yeah, what a week it's been. It's been so-so. Again, I haven't really done much at all in the way of actually doing video stuff. I'm still kind of in that whole lethargic, just kind of, you know. Uh, yeah, had work on Wednesday, had work on Thursday, did not have work on Friday. Hold that thought. Had work Wednesday, didn't have work on Thursday, had work Friday. And then I went into work today to do some filing and, get some extra money. It January was a really slow month. Uh, but just been putting stuff on in the background and reading, just just not really doing too much. Although as for stuff currently on in the background, well, I mean, obviously not. I'm not listening to it now, but I actually have a 13-hour video about Bionicle lore. I blame you for this. Okay, to be fair, it's Ben Saint's channel. He does deep dive lore videos on lots of things like Meg, Mega Man, Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy. So, like, he's someone I follow, but like, oh hey, 13 hours of Bionicle lore. It's like, sure.
You did mention it being something of a curiosity, though you never got fully into it, so
Yeah, with Bionicle, like back in the day, it's like, ooh, cool Lego action figures. I had no idea there was like lore or anything, or movies, or books, or comics. It's just, ooh, cool fighty Lego robot guys. Uh, yeah, I'm about like 2.5 hours in and just finished talking about the first movie and started talking about the second one. And then like the books that went along with it that like take place in between portions of the movie but were cut because it would make the movie too long. Just another 11 hours to go. uh, but yeah, just doing that. I do have plans for again for future video stuff. Next next step on the Pokemon train is Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 to round out the Gen 1 and 2 games. Figure okay, so basically what happened is like I started with I believe I started with Pokemon Scarlet. Maybe did Red and Blue first, but I had like this whole chapter system set up, and I think I had Scarlet as like chapter 35 or something. I don't know how I got to that number. I may have involved doing multiple of the game remakes, but I realized that unless there's specific differences between the games, like in the case of the Ruby and Sapphire remakes, those each have their own little stories, minor differences, but still differences, and not just oh, it's the same game, but there's a different legendary featured. It's like, yeah, I think I'll stick with like the one remake per whatever rule. So it's like I had to fill in some spaces there. It's like, okay, I can do Pokemon Stadiums 1 and 2 as one grouping. And then I'm thinking the Gen 3 and 4 side game era, like Pokemon Coliseum 1 and 2, and I I'm thinking Pokemon Ranger if only to get the Manaphy egg, because I think that's like the original way to get it, and while trying to capture everything earliest game possible. So it's like, okay, Ranger. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Uh, but yeah, it's like also just waiting for time until my GameCube mod comes in, because there was like a whole production delay on that, so that won't get until like the middle of this month. So until I get that, I can't use the Game Boy player. But yeah, other than that, just been kind of bleh. Man, it's like, I don't know. It's just been kind of depressing keeping up with like world news and stuff. It's just like, on one hand, it's like, oh, just ignore everything, and it won't feel so bad. But on the other hand, it's like, being ignorant won't help stuff. And it's just this whole thing of like, oh god, the world sucks. Which, it is not very helpful for my energy levels. But yeah, that was my week. A Yeah, just putting videos on in the background, doing some reading, and just yeah. Anyway, how was your week, and how was the Sunday of your what was like the fan expo thing?
Before I get to that, there are two parts of this out of curiosity that I should probably point out. It's like you were aware of it since you were a kid, but never got into it as a kid, and either later you either develop the curiosity or you barely do that. Well, it really demands. Anyway, thankfully, I mean, surprisingly, within half an hour after last week, I was actually able to get the schedule for February arranged and posted.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, ooh, I conveniently already have these on my Google Drive. Well, for the most part, anyway. I'm sure I can find that last one.
And think that all have some relation to the major holiday for this month. So thankfully, won't be. Basically, a generalized random sort of thing, but more often than not, it's, was a thing at first. So I think until I started incorporating something with relation towards Although they usually months turns around. So glad to cut that done quick. Next one involves backing up, making sure I did make sure I did everything as for instance, scanning would say, leave no trace. Like once I changed the location of the hotel, I was able to hold the bags for the majority of the day. They were here, as it turned out, were not possible, but thankfully I was able to reconfirm some of them shortly after I got back home, just to make sure that I wasn't doing any repeat meets. It only happened a few times, but otherwise still managed to get the rest of the at least what I could of my visits with the guests finished. Also managed to pick up something, a few small cute things on the side. Kind of cool that some people actually managed to do that. And once I finished at the convention, I started, of course, making my way towards book attraction. You should find time. You should try to do put in time to visit. Was able to see some work being done on one of the New York stations, so looks promising. A few rare and unique creations, and also to pick up a few more things on my shopping list for the location. Still got a ways to go, but finally got a other than for a while down, as well as bit of something new from another person that I've known for a while. came back to the hotel lobby. I was able to relax for a little bit, and then pick my bags and start make my way towards Howard train. Took a bit of switching for one of the rides, but thankfully managed to get across to the station, and then it was only a few minutes afterwards. Only a few minutes after a while before Brad came in and boarded. So I think there were no delays this time around, even though there wasn't too much to schedule to speak of. Just getting back home. But again, this good chance might not go to that specific brand as often as I would probably want, but nonetheless, managed to get a good line on despite a few setbacks, and so I don't think I've come out of that one empty-handed. Spent a few days trying to get back to home routines, and then I think on the Friday stream didn't have any haircuts. So there are a few things started with one of my folks, but depends to get my schedule down for both of them, so the process of it, hopefully we'll be able to hit a good chunk of my plans for the year. Earlier today was a little bit earlier today was a little bit touch and go, but still managed to get the sheet finished with time to spare. announcements to get something out for something I turns out won't be physically there, but thankfully Dan's willing to help with my contribution. So at least I know what's. That's not really a fair question, but yeah, at the moment, once things are done here, I need to wrap up something with parents in regards to the coming months, as well as a few other small things, but hopefully we'll be able to. Hopefully, I'll be able to make the most of the coming year, despite some things that I'm trying to distance myself from to some degree. But we'll have to wait and see what faces aside.
Okay. Righty then. So, we have another pony automatic, and it's interesting. So, Sunny's off to go shopping. It's like, okay, anybody want anything? And like, oh yeah, that's this, that. Giant gummy pony. Like, wait, what? Yeah, giant gummy pony, like 7 of them. It's like, I'm gonna need a bigger basket. So she goes to go out the door, but it's blocked by an energy field, I think. And this magic door pops up. And by this point, the Bright House has done so much stuff. Sunny's barely even phased by it. Like, oh hey, that's new, cool, and just goes on through. It's like a year ago. I would be baffled by this, but this is just Tuesday now. So she goes in and yeah, remember a while back when Misty found this mystic room in the that the Bright House brought up, and like yeah, it's that place. So she's there and she sees this tapestry of two alicorns, and yeah, it's those two alicorns, Celestia and Luna. They don't name them because you know tapestry from long lost times and all that, lost knowledge. But like, yeah, this place answers any questions you have. Like, okay, so tell me about these alicorns on this tapestry. And it tosses them out. So suddenly she proceeds to have this like bad dreams about the tapestry, like just recurring dreams about the alicorns in the tapestry, and it's like just having bad vibes all around. So she gets up. It's like, come on, magic door, please open. No, okay, fine. Then the magic door pops up. Like, oh yeah, this is the I've been waiting for you. What took so long? uh, so yeah, she goes in, and the voice is like, yeah, ask away. And then he's like, the last time I asked, you kind of kicked me out. But the voice reassures her, like, oh, this is the perfect time to ask. Like, okay, so what's the deal with these alicorns? Like, what's the deal about alicorn? Like, what is to be an alicorn? And we get this kind of history lore dump. It's like, yeah, alicorns are limited only by their imagination, and like some work for good, others not so much. And it's like Luna slander once again, making Luna out to be the bad guy. I mean, okay, she had to be. I mean, she had that beef spat with Celestia for 1,000 years, but you know, you'd think they would have gotten over that. Like, no, bright colored alicorn, good. Dark colored alicorn, bad. And Sunny's just freaking out. It's like, oh god, that's what it's like to be. That's what it means to be an alicorn. Am I good? Like, do I have darkness in me? And Misty shows up and it's like, no. You you have no bad parts. Like, you are a good pony. And just reassures her that like it'll be all right. Everything. And yeah, it's like, okay, she feels a bit better, and yeah, the animatic ends. So yeah, we could have had an episode where we got to briefly see Celestia and Luna. I mean, I think we briefly saw Celestia and Luna before, but, you know, got to see Nightmare Moon in the new style. Also, the music choice is for the animatic. It's like, yeah, I don't think I didn't miss that Lord of the Rings soundtrack there. Yeah, interesting episode. Like, it basically told us what we already knew about Alicorn. Like, much power, long life, all three tribe power, and all that stuff. But I mean, I guess for someone who didn't watch Gen 4, like, it's a decent enough primer for what a alicorn is.
As the old saying goes, though, for every yin, there's a yang.
Yeah. But yeah, like I just had to like this. Misty seemed like, oh yeah, there's no darkness in you. It's like within darkness there is light. Within light there is darkness. You cannot have one without the other, unless you're Roxas, in which case you're all light. That's getting the that's getting into Kingdom Hearts. But yeah, interesting episode. Would have liked to see it, fully animated, but
Once,
Hasbro.
once again, I'm sure eventually you'll come across the behind the scenes stuff that seems to be coming out with every animatic.
Oh, uh, so funny thing is, I just looked up EQD, and apparently there's a new thing. It's like, yeah, apparently there's actually a whole second season that wasn't produced. It apparently it was completely written. Yeah, this post went up like 20 minutes ago. Like, oh yeah, I go to EQT, go to the post about the animatic, and like maybe there'll be a link to this. Okay, no, there in the comments. Anyway, I'm sure I'll find it somewhere. But yeah,
If the Title Garden, I'm not sure particularly if it's fan constructor or otherwise is Senior Counter, they really did a good job of making a interesting interpretation of the two.
yeah,
Reminding me of the storybook visuals of the previous gen per se.
yeah. I just had a thought like these animatics are like, ooh, potential projects for the fandom to actually fully animate the episodes.
Yeah, there have been people that have managed to
But yeah,
pick up where one left off.
yep. And hey, it's not like they're like full proper length episodes, so it wouldn't take as long.
But yeah, it feels like over time there was going to be a plan of sorts that's the rest of them will find out that secret room eventually.
As for the other video, after a, after a slight break, we're back. Not to the Boiling Isles, but to the human realm. Last time on the Owl House. So yeah, Bellows totally wrecked everyone stuff, and then the collector was freed. It's like, oh hey, bye, bye Bellows. Gets blasted. It's like, okay, having fun with King now. Like, no, and the kids get tossed through the door to the human realm before it closes and breaks and everything. And it's like, oh no, they're stuck in the human realm now. So yeah, they're in the human realm. So like, okay, yeah, doors closed. That they're wounded. Up, time to go back home. So yeah, they're not doing too great. Especially Luz and Hunter. Luz because like yeah, she inadvertently helped Bellows get to where he was, and Hunter because the whole Grimwalker thing, potential clone issues. Yeah, not great times. Like they'll tell him eventually. So yeah, they tell Luz's mom about what happened, and they get settled into the house, and they're having fun with all the human stuff. Gus is having fun with the bubble wrap, and he shows off this alarm clock and sets it off, which freaks out Amity and Willow, and destroy it. But yeah, and for the opening, we get this whole montage of them doing various activities, like doing a video presentation to announce to her mom that, hey, yeah, I'm dating Amity, I'm bi, yep, yay, and then trying to MacGyver themselves a door to the demon realm, which ends in fire. Trying on various costumes, going out not not boiling rain or acid rain or whatever it was in the Boiling Isles. Like, oh hey, this is weird. But the months go by and it's time for school again. Ah, the dreaded school. Wretched hive of normalcy. So yeah, while Luz is at school, the gang are hanging out. I believe are hanging out at the shack where the portal was, trying to work things out, learn Spanish via legally distinct, not quite Duolingo bird. Practice every day, or else. God, Duolingo bird. Like, yes, the threatening messages. uh, they're never gonna live that one down. Yeah, like, they're Amity wants to go out and try to search for clues on her own. Go about the human realm searching because yeah, otherwise they're stuck at the shack until Luz gets back from school, and they're not really making any progress. Flapjack. I haven't really brought him up much, but that's Hunter's talisman. Has been pecking at the ground, and eventually the floor gives way, partly to reveal the clue. Yeah, it's actually this page with like a kind of a riddle on it. It's like, oh, we should tell Luz. Like, no, 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 no. She's helped us so much. Let's do this on our own, and like it'll be a surprise for her. Luz is at school, and teacher is going on about like this hero's journey and how like yeah stuff kind of suck people, but like that's part of the journey and loses like full on got survivor's guilt and like just guilt about like everything that's happening and has happened. It's like like if the hero never existed, their their loved ones wouldn't have gone through so much trouble and hardship and everything. And it's like yeah, she is just Luz is not in a good headspace right now. Hey, apparently, yeah, after class, apparently Luz has some fans, some new students who had actually heard about her. Like, they think she's cool, and like, wonder if she can do like a spooky costume or whatever for the haunted hayride that's coming up. Uh, so yeah, Luz's mom is trying to help out, doing what she can, but Luz is just like she is in that dark mind space and just like not doing very great. Meanwhile, Hunter's taken up sewing, and for what it's worth, he does a decent job. Yeah, he stabbed himself with a sewing machine a bit, but you know who hasn't done that? Me, I haven't done that. I have, however, stabbed myself with a fishing hook. It's like, okay, and toss the fishing hook, and why is that in my finger? But yeah, Hunter found out about wolves. Hunter likes wolves. They're cool. But yeah, and Gus starts talking about this cool sci-fi series that he started reading, and like started talking about this one character. Like, oh yeah, it turns out he's actually a clone. They don't know, and it's a secret. And it's like, and Hunter's like, wait, what? What? What was that? We later learned that the book and all the merchandise to go with it that was in the basement in the closet. It's Camilla's, Luz's mom's stuff from when she was a kid. We, we basically learned that yeah, Luz's mom was also kind of a weird kid growing up.
Geeks running the family.
Yep. But yeah, we actually get a dream sequence from Luz's mom at like various points of Luz growing up. Like, oh, that's not a dead snake. That's a snake sold pajamas. That means there's a bigger snake around here. And like other parents feel like, ugh, so unhygienic. Must have been raised by wolves. That's not nice. Camilla thinks wolves are cool. And Romeo and Juliet play where she stabs herself in the lunch meat pops out. It's like, uh, she thought it was funny. But yeah, like, turns out she, I guess she had a similar childhood to what Luz had. And yeah, it's like, just, yeah. Luz interrupts the dream. It's like, she is just not feeling great. It's like, yeah, can I sleep with you tonight? It's like, Meanwhile, the group is getting all dressed up to go out searching for clues, with Hunter cosplaying as one of the sci-fi book characters. That's like, yeah, no, that's a book from the 90s talking about the far future of 2008. Like that, the world is not ready for that fashion. So they go on without him, and after they go off, Hunter's is like, okay, looking in the mirror, it's like, okay. I mean, don't like who I was, but I can like who I am now. And then there's this green goo that he finds on the floor, like, ominous. So the rest of the group go around town checking stuff out, checking out like a magic shop, a library. Somebody is like trying to figure out how the card holder system works. Like, right, bow to it, give it candy, then freaks out when a kid just opens one. They go to the zoo and get freaked out by a giraffe. To be fair, it was kind of a freaky giraffe. But yeah, there were not enough clues, but B decides like, okay, didn't want to do this, but the Gravesfield Historical Society, back when we first met her. Like, yeah, bad memories of the place, but like, it's fine, we can deal with it. Thankfully, it's under new management. Actually, I believe from one of the characters that I believe B as Luz was hanging out during the summer. So yeah, it's revealed that, oh yeah, this thing is like it's a whole puzzle thing, riddle, and they slowly start to work it out. And it's like, okay, a ribbon, a hand with blood, tied hands, blood, Titan's blood, and they worked out that, yeah, apparently the Titan's blood can be found in old Gravesfield. They should tell Lewis, but like, no, 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 it'll be a surprise, and they could reveal it during the haunted hayride. Uh, so yeah, Hunter's feeling down is like, okay, that slime, I'm pretty sure that was Fellows. That's not good. That means he's here, and that's very not good. And he tells Lewis, like, okay, gonna go check out the shack, gonna go kick Bellis' ass, and get on with their day. So they go to the shack, all kitted out with a bat, a rake, and some masks, and they find a hidden door leading to a basement, and a shaking closet door, and they open it, and it's a possum. Like, oh, okay, nothing to worry about then. But, yeah, like, Hunter's just kind of freaking out, but like, hey, don't worry about it. You're family now. We take care of each other. And Hunter just starts crying. It's like, he really needed this. So they go to leave, but as they do, we see something off with Hunter's shadow. Like, that kind of looks like Ellis's monster form partly. That's not good. back, and everyone and it's like, yeah, we're gonna do the haunted hayride. We're gonna get all dressed up. With the Blues, of course, going to Zazura. Wait, Blues has a Nintendo Switch. Like, I just noticed this. Yeah, Nintendo Switch with green and purple Joy Cons. That looks like a VCR, but that also looks like a PlayStation controller over there. Got a DVD, possibly a Blu-ray with a bite into it. Oh, it is a PlayStation or a PS4. And the things you can notice when you actually pause the video. But yeah, it's like, so yeah, everything's going great except Blues is still feeling just like awful. And she records another video diary, and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do what I have to do. And you don't actually hear what she says at first. We'll find out later, but basically she's like, yeah, I caused him so much trouble. I'm gonna stay in the human realm. So they head to Old Graves Field for the for the haunted hayride, and you briefly see the old person from the historical society that, you know, the wannabe witch hunter. He gets taken care of quickly enough. So they go on the haunted hayride. Same girl from the historical society tells the tale of two brothers back in the day, which happens to be Philip and Caleb Whittabank. That's right, we get the backstory of Fellows. So yeah, apparently they moved to Gravesfield back in the day, and like, are witches, ooh. But then Caleb was spirited away by a witch, and Philip was like, witches, bad, kill them all. And then they were never seen again.
And hey, Flash is the hunter. Connection?
Yep. Also, a suspiciously looking bird figure in the in the in the vision sequence as well. But yeah, remember the hayride? It stay for the lore dump. But yeah, that has them all freaked out. Meanwhile, while they've been out here, Hunter's been hearing sounds, and he's just freaking out. And he's pretty sure he saw Bellows. Like, he goes to lose, like, okay, I think Bellows is here. We're actually here. We actually think we know where the Titan's blood is. It was gonna be a surprise. But yeah, Bellows is here, and he was like and who hit the Titan's blood. And we need to get to it first. So they go out and they start looking for where the Titan's blood is. And like, he actually has Flapjack take the little scroll that the that the hint is on. But when Flapjack doesn't do it at first, he gets all like double voicey and arg. Like, yeah, something ain't right with them. And even Flapjack is kind of worried. And Luz is worried too. Meanwhile, back at the house, Luz is not Luz, but yeah, Camilla has been taking care of V after the trick or treaters are taken care of, and she accidentally pops open Luz's laptop, and she starts playing some of the video logs, and she starts going through them, and like, okay, house, really bad day. Dad left me this book. This book is great. But like, you don't think I'm applying myself? I'm applying myself. And then the final video is like, yeah, gonna stay in the human realm. So yeah, back with Blues and Hunter. Hunter freaks out again and goes off on his own, and Blues has to try to track him down. She realizes that the closer she gets to the Titan's blood, the better her magic works. Because the source of the magic is the Titan. So getting closer to the source empowers the magic. So she starts using the light balls to try to track him down. Meanwhile, Amity and the others are wondering where Luz and Hunter went, and they realize that the scroll's gone. And then Camilla and V show up, and it's like, Luz hasn't said anything weird, has she? Like, no, and she's missing. And V has the solution. Find a phone. Like, yeah, the handy tracker Luz's phone.
A real
So
world,
convenient.
a real, a real world reference that I actually recognized.
But yeah, so Luz finally finds this partially flooded graveyard with Hunter at the other side of a small lake. It's like, oh yeah, everything's fine. Searching for Flapjack. Hey, can you get the Titan's blood for me? Thanks, buddy. But Luz finds Flapjack just completely freaking out, and it's revealed that Fellows has possessed Hunter. And he gets his hands on the vial of Titan's blood. And so they fight, but obviously Luz is holding back, because she doesn't want to hurt Hunter. Then the rest of the group shows up, and there's a whole fight, and it ends up being revealed that Luz did end up helping Fellows with the whole time travel thing. But that's not important right now. They still have to fight, but it's not going great. And Flapjack tries to peck at Hunter Bellows, trying to, reawaken the Hunter within. But remember what Bellows does to Palismans? Yeah. He gravely wounds Flapjack, which is just enough to get the inner Hunter's attention, and he starts fighting back. Taking the vial, throwing it into the lake, taking himself with it. Then everyone's freaking out, and Camilla dives in to save him from drowning. But the spirit of Bellows bursts out, he grabs the vial, and, and splatters it on the archway, opening the portal to the demon realm. Yeah, things are not looking good. Like, Hunter's waking up, and Flapjack does what he needs to, and basically sacrifices himself to heal Hunter. Flapjack is gone. But Hunter wakes up and he's worried about the others, but when they mention Flapjack, he already knows. Luce is then questioned about the whole, helping Bellows thing, and explains about the whole time travel thing, and yeah, but she was worried that they would hate her for that, but of course they don't. And she starts to go make her announcement of like, yeah, I've caused so much trouble, I'm gonna stay in the human realm, but Camilla interrupts with like, I am going with you. Because like, that was Bellows? Like, that that's the thing you were dealing with? Okay, I am coming in to support you. So yeah, the team's all geared up. V gives Camilla the bat. Because, gotta have a weapon. And V decides to stay behind because, A, she's just not ready to go back to the Boiling Isles, and I mean, hey, someone has to come from a Camilla. So they go through the portal to see what awaits in the Boiling Isles after several months, and to see the chaos that has been brought upon the land by the Collector. And as V walks away from the now closed portal, she realizes that Camilla still has the car keys. Man, this was an amazing season opener slash part one of the three-part finale. Got major lore dumps, character development, callbacks to earlier stuff.
And the ending credits also changed.
Yeah,
Not sure whether to categorize it as fan art or rough sketches during the production process, but
really cute artwork.
pretty much.
Yeah, and if that seemed like it was a long recap, that's because this episode was 46 minutes long, which will be the trend for the last few episodes, since they kind of had to wrap things up quickly.
Which the person explains why the YouTube upload 2-hour compilation.
Yeah. But yeah, like amazing episode. That like you really feel for these characters. Like they've been through hell, and they make sure you feel that. But yeah, just amazing episode. Voice actors did great work. Of course, the animators did great work too. And yeah, just can't wait to see how it escalates from here.
And it is clear
And
there. And it is clear they're sticking with this family dynamic.
Yeah. And of course, yeah, we got our first casualty to show that, yeah, the stakes are high now. Yeah, 2 more episodes remain, and yeah, looking forward to both of them.
Technically speaking, a magic construct, but yes, you still feel the connections. Hopefully that egg will come. Hopefully that egg will come into play at some point.
Yeah, I didn't really mention it, but Luz has been taking care of her talisman egg the whole time. At one point, getting like a little, one of those pet lamps that you get, I think primarily for like lizards. I guess for eggs too, but we used to have a crested gecko here, and we had like a little lamp for it. So that was like the first thing that came to mind.
Believe it or not, there are people that will actually construct their own incubation chambers. Complete with household lamps.
Yep.
Also, the Max did a clever callback. Hopefully, we'll get to hear Alex again at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, fun times. Oh, and the music was just great.
But yeah, really good set of the voices still delivering Facial Star remains with a few interesting tweak changes for certain points.
Yeah.
And yes, a bit of a pity that television show composers rarely go unnoticed. Feels like that as you go through this show in particular, there's always the piece that ends up topping a previous installment.
Yep.
But yes, totally looking forward to wrapping things up throughout this month, and then transition to our next run through.
Alright then. On the spreadsheet. Good boy. So, apparently a life-sized 5'3" plush of Gardevoir is going to be on sale next week in Japan, costing about $320. Yeah, they've been doing like life-size plushes of various Pokemon, like I believe Lucario was about 400 something.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's just like a thing they've been doing. Forza Horizon 5 is coming to PS5 this spring. Yeah, it has actually been officially announced. Ubisoft has confirmed 185 layoffs as it closes former DJ Hero studio and downsizes others in Europe. Sega has trademarked Skies of Arcadia and Eternal Arcadia in Japan, so possible remakes. Like, there's an insane interest in Pocket Pair's publishing arm. Quote, we give you money, you make game. Alrighty then. Kocha Agasawa's The Ramparts of Ice manga gets a TV anime. I have no idea what that manga is. Suyopute, a new saga anime reveals July premiere, more cast, and new staff in the first promo video. My Hero Academia Vigilantes anime confirms returning cast from original series. And let's take a look at that. Okay, puts in All Might, Eraserhead, Present Mike, Midnight, Ingenium. Okay. Some of the bigger name heroes. Cool.
Character names, by the way, we know these guys have actual names, but it's a bit more recognizable.
Kalyan, Change the World anime ends with episode 39. Okay. You and Idol Precure anime unveils 2 new cast members. Okay. Any names? Okay, nope. Nope. Don't recognize either of them. Go Loser Ranger anime's second season reveals main visual and the April 13th debut. Kimitsu no Ipri's anime's second season premieres in April. Is that another? Okay. Apparently it's part of the Pretty series, but not the Pretty Cure series. It's like, wait, is that like another branch off from the Pretty Cure series? Like, no, it just named similarly. Okay then. I was just curious. ADW is asking for comic feedback in the new survey. We finally have the Kotobukiya Cadence prototype revealed and the concept for Chrysalis. Oh no, my money! That's alright, I don't have any conventions until the second half of the year anyway, so... Mind you, the first convention of this year that I'll be going to, I'll be in Seattle for like a week, so... Downtown Seattle for a week, so... Yeah, food can be expensive. 2DFX work for The Amazing World of Gumball Season 7 will wrap up in May. The new season will premiere this year. The Amazing Digital Circus creator Gooseworks confirmed Ragatha and Jax will share the spotlight equally in episodes 5 and 6. Helluva Boss Season 3 will consist of 15 episodes. Creator Vivian Medrano says it will be quite a wait before Season 3. President of Skydance Interactive, Peter Ackman, has been revealed to be the person who piloted a drone that collided with and grounded a firefighting plane during the Palisades fire. We had a first look at Godzilla vs. X-Men #1, written by Fabian Distieza with art by Emilio Laiso. Because of course Godzilla's crossing over with X-Men, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they do that? Then again, Godzilla's crossed over with, I want to say it was Charles Barkley. It was someone involved in basketball in comics back in the day. I'm pretty sure Linkari did an episode on that one.
Yes. And of course, not Godzilla specifically, but that odd beast from the infamous Avengers number 200.
Yeah. At this point, I'm just waiting for the Archie meets Godzilla crossover. I mean, we've had Archie meets the Punisher, meets Archie versus Predator, I think. Like, Archie meets Godzilla, why not at this point? Would it really be all that out there? Godzilla's first comic book appearance was in an unofficial cameo in an Archie comic from 1965. I was joking. Oh, apparently Mothra was there too.
Hey, you gotta push it. Hey, you gotta push into geeks at some point. I mean, they did do both Fantastic Four and Batman parodies in their Sonic comics.
True. And Stevenson talks to return for the Godzilla and Kong sequel in theaters March 26, 2027. Sandman has been canceled by Netflix and will end with season 2. Basically due to the Neil Gaiman accusations that have happened. So it's like, yeah. This will appear in a Super Bowl ad for Booking.com. The estate of Superman creator Joseph Schuster has filed a lawsuit against Warner Brothers in DC. They claim the studio lacks the rights to release James Gunn's Superman in a number of territories, including Canada, the United Kingdom, Ireland, and Australia. And here I'm here just like, what? Like, okay. Sure, why not? The Toxic Avenger reboot will finally release on August 29th in theaters. It'll be an unrated release, currently has 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, starring Peter Dinklage, Elijah Wood, Kevin Bacon, Jacob Tremblay, and Taylor Page. I feel like we talked about that last, like, talked, tongue get in the way. I feel like I talked about that last week. Anyway, Multiverses will have its final content update on May 30th. After Season 5 ends, players will be able to enjoy the game offline for the foreseeable future. But it will be getting delisted. Matthew Lillard confirms his return as Stu Macher, whatever, in Scream 7. Duffer Brothers say that the final season of Stranger Things is like 8 blockbuster movies. Quote, "We'd created over 650 hours of footage, so needless to say, this is our biggest and most ambitious season yet." And the Devil May Cry anime has been releasing April 3rd on Netflix. Keep rolling. Like, yeah, people did not expect Limp Bizkit to be the music choice, but sure, why not? Oddly enough, it kind of fits.
I swear there was a wrestler tied to that song at one point.
Undertaker. I want to say it was during his biker phase.
That could make sense. Because of course the Twilight years are probably what people are remembering the most.
Of course, the thing to remember that is that this is not the first Devil May Cry anime. There actually was another one, but I think I heard that this takes place before Devil May Cry 1 or 3. I think it was 3. I don't remember. Basically, it acts as like a, okay, way back in the timeline kind of deal. I think 3 was like the earliest point of the timeline, so I want to say I heard before DMC 3. Alrighty then. Got a first look at Long Story Short, a new adult animated series from BoJack Horseman creator Raphael Bob Waksberg, releasing later this year on Netflix. Alright. Movies expected to have teasers at the Super Bowl. Leo, Smurfs, Novocaine, Megan 2.0, Lilo and Stitch, Thunderbolts, The Fantastic Four, Jurassic World Rebirth, How to Train Your Dragon, and Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. Got a new teaser for Invincible Season 3, premiering February 6th on Prime Video. Simu Liu, Simu Liu, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, says he's working with the rights holders to make a Sleeping Dogs movie happen. Says he's not returning for Avengers Doomsday. Quote, yeah, no, happily retired.
I think at this point we have to get used to Sam Wilson.
Yeah. Insidious 6 has been delayed a year to August 21st, 2026. A live-action Pac-Man movie is in the was in the works. Destin Baldoni was set to direct and tried to get his team released in news in August to give himself some positive PR, but now the film is in doubt after the sexual harassment and smear campaign lawsuit from Blake Lively.
Even then, there already kind of was a Pac-Man movie. Granted, it wasn't good, but still.
Yeah. Benedict Cumberbatch now says he is in Avengers Doomsday despite his previous comments. Quote, I got that wrong. I am in the next one. Don't ever believe anything I say. uh, the Little House on the Prairie reboot is in the works at Netflix. Rebecca Sonnenschein will serve as showrunner. Okay, as long as I remember to blow up the town from the finale, like they did in the original. That's like the one episode I ever actually saw. I think my dad showed me that one for some reason, probably because they blew up the town. But yeah, end of the original Little House on the Prairie series, some rich guy buys up the town and kicks everyone out, but the people realize that, okay, you may have bought the land, but you didn't buy the houses, and everyone blows up their houses as a final middle finger to the rich guy. gonna say, like, really went out with the bang that show did. Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson have reprised their True Detective roles after 11 years. This is for a new ad to advocate for more TV and film productions to shoot in Texas. And the ad was actually written and directed by series creator Nick Pizzolatto. Reese Witherspoon says the Illegally Blonde prequel series will begin filming in March. Quote, we're going to go through the casting process right now, and we're picking who's going to play the young me. Will Ferrell meets the life-size Buddy the Elf sold at Home Depot. Quote, here's what's crazy. Someone signed off on that, and it wasn't me. It's Buddy the Elf. Buddy the Elf, the ex-murderer. An animated film of Dr. Seuss's Go the Places You'll Go will release on March 17, 2028 in theaters. Jim Colton and John M. Chu are co-directing the film, with songs by Benj Pasquet and Justin Paul. Agatha All Along will not be getting a season 2. Jack Schaefer isn't interested in making second seasons. She also turned down Marvel's offer of making WandaVision season 2. And maybe that's for the best. Sometimes things are best as one and done. Daredevil Born Again showrunner Arios Scardapine says the show has, quote, a lot less navel-gazing than before. The earlier show, at its best, was fantastic. At its worst, it was two characters in a room talking about what a hero is. I felt that it had been done. I'm not taking swipes, I just didn't want to hear the characters grousing about their lot in life. Apparently Blade Runner is reportedly Blade Runner is coming to Fortnite. Other website. It's like, okay, to make things easier to myself, I'm going to filter in stuff that isn't politics. I wish there was like a negative filter feature, because that would make things a lot easier. finally get to see what the Dogman popcorn bucket looks like. It is a dog bowl. Which, okay, yeah, I mean, should have expected that one. I mean, hey, depending on what it's made of, potentially, if you have a dog, it's potentially usable afterwards. So for once, it actually a function properly functional popcorn bucket. Something you could theoretically use after the movie, and won't just end up sitting around wasting space for years.
Even so, even so, it seems to be. Even so, it seems that some movies are starting to make collectibles. Some movies are starting to make collectibles out of these.
Yeah.
When Ashley Tisdale's daughter was high school musical, she thought Zac Efron was her dad. And Ash was like, "No, that's not Daddy. Just because they have dark hair, it's not Daddy." Dennis Phillips was offered to shoot two in a studio, but he categorically refused. It was essential for him to film in a real desert in order to fully immerse the actors. Wise choice. Don't turn into Ryan Gosling.
Oh right, I just remembered one other thing I did this past week. I did actually get my ticket to the Sailor Moon musical, so March 20 Saturday, March 29th, that weekend will be a Sunday. I just remember because I passed by the thread about the musical coming to North America. Like, oh yeah, that thing.
Just make a note of that. All right.
Parasite is re-releasing in IMAX theaters from February 7th for its 5th anniversary.
Camera testing begins for GPO's lanterns. Summer 2026.
Music group The Pillows, best known for the Fooly Cooly soundtrack, has announced their retirement. Their the group's basically breaking up after like 35 years. So like, I mean, okay, like 35 years. That, that's a decent amount of time. Now, that's a good run. The website has been recently updated to remove references to many of their older games. That, let's see now. So yeah, no Mad World, no Infinite Space. Legend of Korra is gone. So is Transformers Devastation, Star Fox Zero. Like the game pages for the removed games are still there, but there's no links to them. Ridge Racer 64 is available now on the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack. Ooh. The Video Game History Foundation's free digital library of over 1,500 magazines that went live on the 30th. Like, okay, whole bunch of old gaming magazines. That's pretty cool. Sims 1 and 2 Legacy Collections have been revealed. Actually now available on Steam, Epic Game Store, the EA app. Although I do believe that it comes with the Nuvo. Oh, wait, no. Apparently the store page is wrong and there isn't Nuvo. That, that's cool.
Probably it's returned to Jeopardy clues, specifically a new variant called Pop Culture Jeopardy.
So apparently, I guess the Gears of War Trilogy Collection will be announced as a multi-platform uh, day one on PS5 with remasters of all three games with crossplay between PS5, Xbox, and PC. Sony Interactive Entertainment has issued a DMCA takedown for the 60 FPS PS5 patch for Bloodborne in 2021. Oh, uh, apparently the DMCA was from the word Bloodborne and not the actual patch. Uh, Apparently the DMCA was not against the patch. They used DMCA to take down the page because the page used the word Bloodborne, which they own the trademark of. They couldn't legally DMCA the patch because it was 100% code and the patch doesn't actually even say what the game is for. So basically, legal shenanigans. Nintendo lost a lawsuit in Costa Rica over the name Super Mario. So, a funny story, this one. So basically, it's the name of a supermarket
Hmm.
with supermarkets generally being referred to as supers, with a little accent mark above the U. And like, yeah, Super Mario. So like, of course they sued, but like, the super is just like a kind of a generic term over here. Yeah, it's just, yeah, they lost. And of course on the logo at the shopping cart, like Super Mario Kart. Uh, Sometimes it's nice to see game companies taking the L sometimes.
Diorama event happening at the Silver Spring B&O station. Huts for rail excursions to go on hiatus while the East River Tunnel is rehabilitated.
Nuevo Mexico mod has been cancelled, and apparently the creator was reported to ICE after cancellation. Like, yeah, not cool. Oh, and they're being deported. Yeah, people suck.
Can I get a fleet guard delay on the long distance equipment frame track? Found the Roman settlements for the East Palestinian Norfolk Southern affair.
Ooh. In scummy Blizzard news, Blizzard released a new paid Overwatch 2 skin, and then made it free 24 hours later.
Elevator rapid transit can be represented in age or gauge, and repeater will be following over time with other mass transit equipment. Ecosystem collection donated to Pennsylvania Foundation.
Japanese developers on Steam are unable to receive revenue from adult games due to Japanese banks blocking transfers.
Revolution for the being demolished sparks an event at machine shop.
Nintendo's Japanese eShop is no longer going to be accepting payments from non-Japanese credit cards or PayPal starting March 25th. You'll have to go online, buy a Nintendo eShop card for the region online, and then use that to buy your Japanese games.
SCS Producing Victoria Railway K. It's beautiful buildings, Richard Hotel. Looking at requests. Log tracks introduced to boxes. 6 dungeon. Producing New South Wales carriages. And PBSYs. Decent Cuban. They have their own website now. Tramworks. Producing radar on trams. Back off. Producing a SFL set. Probably think we have 50 different sets. CV. West Coast. Skirt cards. Restaurant producing a 1/19th scale tramway. Vision has a ready to run container. Powerline. PTV 707 PC. Sent down Trend Show. Interesting scale market. Oscillation, container markets, Reapers, books, 41. VKs, hoppers. CFL speeds. Still trend shows. Look trend shows. Year Club of the Day. Kennington Trend Show. Bundaberg Expo. Canberra Expo. AMR Queens Show. Trump Show. Debo Metal Open Day. Diamond Creek Show. Bendigo Show. where they run the Central Quebec open sale days. I mean, Central Queensland open sale days. Open show, Clinton show, Adelaide show, BMRC show, Pine River show, and it's Army show, Epping, Open Day, Epping show, Australian Rovers, Victoria Chain show, National NMRA Australia Convention, Golden Trend Show, Brisbane Trend Show, Shepparton Trend Show. Spain Reds available, my reader, Scenic. See where you're working to work on 12.5. Valley Mixed seems special. Central Georgia Combine 374 trucks. The frame is painted. UV Steam Shop Tours, February 7th, 21st. CBKC named one of Alberta's top employers, 2025, 6th consecutive year. Bradley Manor back on Silver Valley. Undergoing period testing for entering public service at the Spring Gala in April. Fountain Express of the Bay Islands Vintage Railway. And a shortcut this time around, but our condolences will still go out to friends and family from any overseas crisis victims, Cali fire victims. I'm looking to make a quick check to make sure, do a quick check at some point to see if things have toned down a little bit. And Olga James, Bill Cosby Show. like I say, I still need to make arrangements things for the next couple of months of my parents. Uh, so hopefully some of the plans will go forward. Who can spend month of this with it? With these, one of them. Otherwise, certainly looking forward to finishing things off and transitioning. And so we continue with our closing chapter. Stay safe, stay well, get back to school, just sit, pray, and hopefully we